How we doing today, guys? Told you on the live stream the other night we were going to put a video together. Well, we haven't put a video together yet. It's been raining. There. We've actually been getting some rain, and I can't complain a bit. We've had a couple inches of rain now. Had a little bit more this morning. Coming up on tomorrow, it'll be 2 weeks since my operation, and coming along pretty good. I feel like I have lost a little bit of weight. I have not gotten on the scales yet to see how much weight that I've lost, but haven't been able to eat a lot, and it's hard to eat every hour, especially if you go do things. I haven't been just laying around not doing anything. Now, I've been doing a lot of not much, but I haven't been just laying around not doing anything. Haven't trucked anything or anything. What thing we are getting ready for is our fair. County fair is getting ready to start, and it was going to be a full county fair clear up until last Wednesday. Then it was going to be a junior fair, which means there will be no grandstand stuff going on and no games. I think that's it. No grandstand, no games, something else. But going to be all kinds of food there. Going to be, all the shows are going to be going on, from chicken shows to steer shows to goat shows, dairy, all the above, sheep, all that stuff still going to be going on. Rabbits, lambs, calves, llamas. They're all going to be there at the fair this year, and it starts this coming Friday. Like I say, we did get rain. Crops are looking beautiful. I wanted to do a crop tour today, and we still might end up doing a crop tour, but we got the cameras out. Like I say, we haven't made a video in quite a while, and when we did the live streams, we did that from either the computer or we did it from the iPad. So we got the cameras out. I did video some stuff right before I went in the hospital, and I did video some stuff right after I went in the hospital, and it's been at least a week since we did any video, and the last time I videoed was at the lake. So like I say, we got the cameras out today. Kylie was going to do some things with them, get them ready for me, and would come to find out all the batteries and the chargers, I think, are at the lake still. So that's where we're going right now. We are headed to the lake. And just like Kylie suspected, there they are. Osmo batteries and the GoPro batteries. Left the Osmo out in the truck. It's attached to my dash. But so I carried the GoPro in. People always want to know what kind of cameras we use. We have 2 DJI Osmo cameras and 2 of the GoPro Hero Black cameras, Hero 7 Black cameras. We haven't tried the Hero 8 Black yet. I don't think there's too much of a difference between the 7 and the 8. Haven't heard a lot about it anyway, but went ahead and threw a battery in this one because this one had like 2% left. Thought we'd use this, like I said, since the Osmo is attached to the front of the truck, attached to the dash of the truck. And here in the lake house, I'm not going to open it up, but we will take a walk out here onto the deck and show you the view for the day. Be a little windy out here probably. It's the view for the day. You can see all the way across the lake here. See all the way to the, I think it's the east side of the lake. My dad's pontoon boat, Kylie's yellow boat, and Corky's and my pedal boat. Kind of a nice day up here right now. It's 74 degrees, I do believe is what my truck said when I got here. We may start the crop tour, but I don't know. One thing we are going to do though is we're going to get our batteries, put them in the truck, and then we're going to head out. All right, we are heading over to what we call the mango farm right now. We got 120 acres of corn planted over here, and we've got 35 acres of beans planted over here. This stuff was planted, I think, right at the beginning of June. We're heading over here, and we're going to look at some of this corn over here, and we'll look at the soybeans also. We've gotten 2 inches of rain over here in the last few days, and that's been really good because, like I say, this stuff was planted the beginning of June, and it's just now all out in tassel and stuff like that. So it's pollinating as we speak, and it's cool out right now. It's 73 degrees out right now, so it's a really good time for pollination, and it's not so dang hot like it was the last several weeks that it's sucking up all the moisture. So we'll get out here and we'll look at some corn. Appears I need to come over here and mow some ditches. I mowed these ditches in, let's see, I think it was a summertime fun video that I did. All right, all this corn right now that we're walking through, this is kind of the end rows really of a 13-acre field that we're looking at right now. And there's pollen and such all over the place in here. All this stuff is just now pollinating. Like I said, it's 73 degrees out right now, and we've had plenty of rain, so it's perfect time for this stuff to be pollinating. And it isn't the easiest stuff to walk through, and I'm going to itch like a son of a gun when I get out of here probably. But when the corn pollinates, pollen comes off of the tassel and comes down, and these silks that are on here, lead to a kernel of corn that's on the cob. So what happens is pollen has to touch the end of one of those silks, and what that does is that makes a kernel of corn on the cob. So when that pollen falls and hits the silk, then that's what makes the corn. Now, it doesn't have to be the corn or the pollen from that particular plant. It can be pollen from a plant that's 10, 15, 20 feet away from it, or even several hundred feet away from it lots of times. Now, we'll show you how dry it's been right here. When you look at the ground right here, there's a slit all the way down between these rows of corn right here. I don't know if you can see it with how I'm holding the camera or not. There's a slit that runs right down through here. And that is actually where we put the liquid fertilizer on after it was planted. So that shows you how little of rain that we've had here. It never even washed that back in or anything like that. This corn, 7.5, 8 foot tall probably. I'm not gonna, that's just my guess right now at it. And I'm not gonna walk around in here anymore. I'm happy with what I see right now. Actually getting a little bit of mud picked up on the bottom of my flip-flops that I'm wearing. Got a few dandelions growing down here on the ground. That's all right. Other than that, I'm pretty happy with my weed control that we have. So we'll climb back into 2500 here. And Someone better get over here and mow these ditches. I know that someone's gonna be. It's gonna be me, but it's gonna be after the fair, because fair's starting Friday and that's where I'm gonna be for 8 days. So we're gonna drive on up the road here a little bit, and we'll get out and we'll check out the beans and see how they look. Walking out here in the end rows, these beans were planted right before that cornfield that we were just in. Beans are mid-thigh on me right now. These are here in these end rows, 30-inch rows, planted 117,000 seeds per acre. That's about what my average ended up being. But we're walking on out in here, checking them out. This is no-tilled into corn stalks. And if you look over there, where the corn is, between the corn and the beans is where I ran the tiller down through the field, and we found the fence posts. Just to give you an idea of where we are in the fields here. Setting pods on them, lots and lots of blooms on there. Several pods down close to the bottom. Boy, they're going to be potted down close to the ground. Cutter bar will be eating some of those. We'll have some loss out here. When I say that, clear down at the very bottom of the stalk, can't really point at it, there's going to be pods. There's bean pods down there, and the cutter bar on the combine won't go low enough, and what it'll do is it'll cut through some of the pods. That's just part of it. Actually, it's a nice field of beans. It's amazing what 2 inches of rain will do to a field, especially when you haven't been getting it for months. Since we planted this field, we might have had an inch and a half of rain on it until we got these last 2 inches here. And I'm guessing, without looking on that, also pretty wet when we planted it, so they actually got a pretty good start. And as the moisture went away, the roots just followed the moisture down, so we lucked out there. But when you get 2 inches of rain like this, especially in this dry, gravelly ground that I have here, it's a godsend, that's for sure. And I'm thrilled really with how everything looks, considering what everything's been through. So, well, we'll go to the next one, see what it looks like. Next one will be my house. We have 125 acres of beans here. All right, we got a 10-acre field here on my left, and we're gonna go on past it, but you'll see it a little bit right out there. Nice field of beans. A little bit of giant rag growing in there. Got a little bit down here in the bottom field too. There's a 115-acre field down here. That's the field we're gonna go look at. We're gonna go down about the middle of it and we'll walk out in there. But I got some giant rag growing in both these fields. We sprayed them. Let's see, it would have been around the 15th of July, I do believe. I think it was right day before I went in the hospital, I think. That was the 17th. It's either 15th or 16th. Sprayed with 44 ounces of Roundup. And they, well, here's some right here. I don't know if I'll be able to pull up to them or not. They're coming back. There's weeds growing right there. They're kind of coming back. Now these aren't quite as much as some of the rest of them, but there is nice leaves, new leaves growing out the top of these. So I'm not real thrilled. What that means is the giant ragweed around here, which I've been hearing about it, is becoming immune to the Roundup also. So we're gonna have to change our spraying patterns a little bit. These are dicamba beans, which means we can spray dicamba on it, which is a broadleaf killer. And it's a darn good broadleaf killer. But the problem with that is it can drift to other farmers' fields that don't have dicamba beans. And when that happens, it'll burn their beans real bad. On the 27th of May, we planted that top field, that 10 acres field that we just drove past, and we burned it down that day also. We did burn down with some dicamba. The beans across the road from it, we dinged pretty good. And I don't think we hurt them any, but we'll find out this fall when the farmer harvests them, and we'll see if we hurt them or not, because we didn't ding all of his beans, but we dinged the ones that were right beside our field. And what I mean by that is we burned them with the spray because the spray drifted across the road. And I was kind of upset that that happened, but that kind of stuff happens, and we'll make it right with the farmer if there's a big yield loss, or if there's any yield loss, we'll make it up to the farmer. I know the guy, and we've been friends for a long time, so it's not what farmers want to do is go out and burn their neighbors' fields, but it happens. So let's walk out and look at these beans here. All right, this is the field where I was ripping dirt with the 4955. Remember, I put that video on last fall. If you guys didn't see that video, go back and check it out. I think it's just called Ripping Dirt with the 4955, I think. Nice beans. These are a tick taller than the other beans. Almost waist high. Lots of beans. Lots of blooms still coming on the top up here. Going out here, we got a spot out here where there isn't anything. And the reason this spot's here is because we have voles. And if we don't till the soil, we don't kill the voles. And the voles will eat this many beans. There was beans here. And right there's a hole. Now, I don't think they're out here now, or if they are, they're not using that hole anymore. But here's another one. Right there. Another hole for voles. They come out here and they'll eat your beans. Now, they eat them when they're real small. Like when they just start growing and getting leaves on them. Holes right here. Now, if we till this soil, that usually takes care of them. We don't have them. More holes right here. But other than that, these look like they're going to be fairly respectable beans. Lots of pods. Lots of pods, and still got a lot of blooms on top. And two, they're potted real close to the ground also. Balls. This is actually the first that I've been out in some of these fields actually walking in. I was pretty disappointed there for a long time when we weren't getting any rain. The beans and corn were growing, but I was just even afraid to even come out and look at them. And now that I've been out in the fields since we've had a bunch of rain, I'm really glad that I did, because I feel a lot better about them now. Prices are really taking hits here. the last several days, and they really took a hit today. So, but it's just the way it is. So now, gonna head home. Corky went today. Get the door closed here. Corky and Kylie went shopping today for food for the camper, and they stopped at the city barbecue and got us something to eat. So I'm gonna go home and eat. I'm gonna load these clips up into the computer, and I'm gonna sit down. I'm gonna make a video for you guys, so you guys have a video in the morning. I believe I'll probably be the one to make this video. I haven't made one in quite a while, so I'm kind of feeling like doing it. So I'd like to thank everybody for watching. We went over 70,000. Guys, this is awesome, man. Went over 70,000. 70,420 or 30 or something like that subscribers. So it's very awesome. Click that subscribe button and leave me a comment. Always enjoy reading the comments. I've got about 200 and some comments to read right now from my last live stream that I've done, but we got busy doing some other things, and so now we're going to have a video up for you. It's not a fancy video or anything like that, but just kind of one I'm putting together myself for you guys. So I just like to thank everyone for taking the time and watching my videos. Thanks very much, guys.